This is DJ Orson Welles, and you're listening to Pushing Underground Radio.
Hello, my friends, and welcome along to Swing Brother Swing, my weekly Thursday night show where I play you the best in electro swing, ghetto swing, vintage remix, and new jazz. I've got a great show coming up for you today. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get things kicked off with a track from Dimar. This is Andrew. What a great way to kick off the show. That was French producer Dimar with a track called Andrew, and you can find more of Dimar's stuff on SoundCloud. Now, as always, you can get in touch with me on the show via Twitter. I am at DJ Awesome Wells, and if you want to talk about this show in particular, then just use the hashtag SwingBrotherSwing. It's a great way to let me know what songs you want played on the show for future shows, and just a good way of giving me feedback. So feel free to tweet me anytime you like, and you can follow me on there as well, of course, which will mean you won't miss a show, because Spreaker automatically updates whenever I post a show, and Twitter will follow suit. So it's a good way of keeping track of everything that I'm doing. Now, on tonight's show, I'll be playing you a track by Stereo Swing, who I've not featured on the show before. I'll also be featuring a song by Algorithmic. Later on, you'll hear some Cat in the Hat, and I'm closing the show with a sweet remix from a guy called Chris Pop. For now, though, it's time to hear from Jesse Rose, another new face on the show. This is Night at the Dogs. Check it out. that was Jessie Rose with Night at the Dogs, and I'm sure for quite a lot of you that little trumpet riff will be quite familiar from Mr. Scruff's Get a Move On, but it is actually originally from a track by Moondog, who's a street musician. It's from a track called Bird's Lament, which is a fantastic track, and if you're not familiar with Moondog stuff, I thoroughly recommend you go and check it out. I imagine that the title for this Jessie Rose song, Night of the Dogs, is a reference to Moondog in the dog part, but I'm sure you guys probably made that connection. I didn't really need to point it out. Now, the next track that I've got for you is from DJ Cam Quartet, who I featured a few times on the show before. This track is called Saint Germain. Smooth stuff there from DJ Cam Quartet. That was Saint Germain. Now, please don't forget, if you have any music that you'd like to submit to the show, if you're a DJ, or a producer, or you're in a band, and you've got music that you think would fit this show, or indeed any of the other shows that I do, then feel free to contact me. My email address is pushingunderground@hotmail.co.uk, and that email address is written in the episode description as well. I'd love to hear from you, even if you've never spoken to me before. Send me a couple of MP3s, send me a little bit about yourself, maybe some upcoming gigs, or where you're from, that sort of thing, so I've got a bit of information to add on to playing your stuff, and then yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. I've come across so many great bands through people submitting stuff. It's been fantastic. I've never ever been without anything to listen to for the past couple of years, which is just epic. It makes me so happy. Now, this next tune is from Stereo Swing. It's the first time I've featured these guys on the show before. This track is called Mr. and Mrs. Swing, and it features Gabby Sooks.
The sweetest bourbon cake ain't got a body, just beginning. The crazy couple back in town, so the night is in full swing. The liquor store is rocking, so now they keeps on rolling. They going down to the club, look how they gonna swing. Twister like a hurricane, it's mad, Mr. Swing. Getting low, making the show, it's mad, Mr. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Now the hat gets joining, and all the kitty cat getting in. The meadows crumble, setting down, so the cops can do a thing. The damn bass band is rocking, so all the swingsters coming. They going down to the club, look how they gonna swing. Twister like a hurricane, it's mad, Mr. Swing. Getting low, making the show, it's mad, Mr. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Swinging, jumping, fighting. The devil hit the town. Swinging, jumping, fighting. We're the queen of the night. Swinging all night, jumping all night, fighting all night. The devil hit the town. Swinging all night, jumping all night, fighting all night. We're the queen of the night. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, just jumping to the crazy thing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Just jumping to the thing, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Hey, Louis swinging ring, Mr. and Mrs. Swing. Topsy-turvy everything, Mr. and Mrs. Swing.
So that was Stereo Swing with Mr. and Mrs. Swing featuring Gabby Sooks. And you can find more music from Stereo Swing on both Bandcamp and SoundCloud. And they've got quite a few more tracks featuring Gabby Sooks on vocals there as well. So thoroughly worth checking out. Now, the next artist that I'm going to play for you is another French artist who can also be found on both SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And this is Lyle Latomps, who I featured on the show a few times before. And this track is called Looking Like This.
Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all. You can control. You think I'm showy, but I'm not at all. Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? In my world, swinging swag. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm wearing some bling bling made by Gucci, riding a 305 Ferrari. Cross me somewhere in the street, maybe I would just look at your feet without a $300 pair of shoes. Don't even think you're gonna talk to me. You a fool. You can cry or maybe you can die. Okay, you won't die, but we know you will cry. Man, I'm just way too far. I can't explain to you, man. I'm just way too far. I'm just too good for you, man. I'm just way too far. I can't explain to you, man. I'm just way too far. I'm just too good for you. dog? Have you got my shit? You look as ugly as a frog. Have you got my shit? You have no subject when you talk. Have you got my shit? I'm so clever, got it locked. Have you got my shit?
Oh, fuck off.
I heard he's a jerk.
You call him a jerk?
He's an asshole.
I call him a douchebag, man.
You will need to make your personality please. And you will witness one of the great miracles of life.
Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all. You can control. You think I'm showy, but I'm not at all. Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? In my world, swinging swag. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You are my stupid dumb dog. Have you got my shit? You look as ugly as a frog. Have you got my shit? You have no subject when you talk. Have you got my shit? I'm so clever, got it locked. Have you got my shit? I was kidding, I've never worn some Gucci. I'm a badass, not a douchebag, sorry. Would you give me just one more chance so I can propose you for one more dance? Tell me what you see if you look a bit closer. I'm a good guy, not some kind of fucker. Watch your mouth, let the rest untold. I'm only nice when I'm under control. Man, it went way too far. I can't explain to you, man. I went way too far. I'm just as good as you. Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all. You can control. You think I'm showy, but I'm not at all. Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? In my world, swinging swag. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all. You can control. You think I'm showy, but I'm not at all. Am I looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? In my world, swinging swag. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
So that was Lila Thompson with Looking Like This. Some filthy bass in that, isn't there? It's a fantastic tune. Now, don't forget, if you're enjoying the show, please do give it a like on Spreaker. Every like that the show gets makes me smile just that little bit more. I really appreciate everyone who's tuning in live right now as well. Thank you ever so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me. And if you're tuned in after the fact, that's awesome too as well. I hope you're enjoying the show. Now, we're going to move a little bit closer to home now in terms of music, and I'm going to play you some music from a Leeds-based producer called Jamie Berry. I featured his stuff on the show before. He was the guy who did the Super Mario Electro Swing mix that I played a couple of shows ago. This particular track is called Old Records, and it's awesome. Check it out.
Get out those old
All the ones about
records, those old
all the ones
phonograph
about
records,
you.
the ones
Get
we
them
used
all
to play
up,
so
and
long
all the
ago.
old wind-up
But if they sound
Barney Google was
scratchy,
great.
the
And
tunes
the
really
songs
were
about
catchy,
Kate.
and especially
Daddy,
those that
Daddy,
said, I love you so.
Yakula,
I used to beg you over and over just to set the wedding day, to get you portable, I bring my portable, and melt your heart away with all those old
They were wonderful then.
records, those old
Play them over
phonograph
again.
records, the ones we used to play so long ago.
So that was Jamie Berry with Old Records. Such a filthy tune. I love how much bass there is in that. It's fantastic. Playing tracks like that one in particular just make me really... honestly, I can't wait until I can do more electro swing gigs. Obviously, as most of you know, Chocolat, which was a gig that I did at Moles playing electro swing. Since the fire at Moles, I haven't been able to play there. But it is being rebuilt and it will be reopened soon, which is really awesome. But I found out a couple of weeks ago that I'm actually going to get to do Chocolat at the Student Union in Bath Spa in September, which is just so exciting for me. I'm going to get to play electro swing and ghetto swing and new jazz and vintage remix stuff to a bunch of fresh-faced young students. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. You can find a bunch more Jamie Berry stuff on SoundCloud and Bandcamp, and of course on YouTube, which is an incredible resource for music, as I'm sure all of you are aware. Now, the next track that I've got for you is from Algorithmic, who I've featured on the show a bunch of times before because this stuff is just fantastic. This track is Our Lazy Day.
Well, I might have gone fishing, I got thinking it over, the road to the river, it's a mighty long way, it must be the season, no rhyme or no reason, I'm just taking it easy, it's my lazy day, well, I might have gone fishing, I got thinking it over, the road to the river, it's a mighty long way, it
you're listening to Swing Brother Swing on Pushing Underground Radio, featuring the best in electro swing, vintage remix, new jazz, and ghetto swing.
Oh, so dreamy. I say, folks, shall we have a polka now? Yes! Right you are, then. This is where you can all let yourselves go. And, Auntie, don't you worry if your hair does come down. Ladies and gentlemen, take your partners for the polka.
Fantastic stuff. That was Ski Whiff with See Me Dance the Polka. And before that you heard Algorithmic with Our Lazy Day. And that Ski Whiff track, I've played a bunch of Ski Whiff on previous editions of Swing Brother Swing, but I've always played Ski Whiff collaborating with another artist or another group of artists. I'm really, really glad that I sought out some of Ski Whiff stuff on its own, because it is fantastic. There's actually a really fun video to that on YouTube as well. In fact, quite a lot of the tracks that I played on tonight's show have fantastic music videos on YouTube, so I thoroughly recommend you go and check them out. It can really add a lot to the music that you're listening to. Now, the next track that I've got for you is from Cat in the Hat, and it gets pretty filthy. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is Sneakin' About. Awesome stuff there from Cat in the Hat. That track is called Sneakin' About. Now, don't forget, with this show, as well as being able to stream it or listen to it live, you can also download it, and that goes for every single show that I've done. Obviously, there are 45 episodes of Swing Brother Swing now, so that's 45 hours, possibly more, because there are a couple of 2-hour shows as well. There's just a shitload of content, basically, that I'm giving you for free. So you should just download the shows, and then you've got a great music collection in your pocket wherever you go, depending on the capacity, of course, of your compatible device. My iPhone's only got 8 gig on it, so I can barely store a fraction of my music collection on it. But there we go. If you want some music to listen to when you're traveling and a pleasant voice in your ear, then feel free to download some of the shows that I've done. Now, also, I was going to say, if you're a big fan of video games or science or maths or things intellectual, and you also like hip-hop, which is quite a crossover, but still, if those two things do collide in your life, then I thoroughly recommend that you check out this week's edition of Rhymes and Rhythms, which was recorded on Tuesday. It focuses on nerdcore and geek hop, which is hip-hop, concerning the subjects that I just mentioned. It's a really, really fun episode. You'll probably discover a lot of new artists through listening to it, and it's just really, really good fun. It seems to have quite a good reaction thus far, so I might do another geek hop and nerdcore special sometime in the future. Anyway, back to swing. I'm going to play you some music from Siren Seal, who I've not played on the show before. I think that's how you pronounce it. Doesn't really matter. All the track lists are written down in the episode description, so if I'm saying something wrong, doesn't really matter. You can just copy from there. This track is called The Devil's Swing. So that was Siren Seal with The Devil's Swing. Again, that track got particularly filthy towards the end, didn't it? I've really been enjoying the heavier side of Electro Swing recently. I think Electro Swing and New Jazz and Ghetto Remix and whatever you want to call it, they're all different subgenres, obviously, within their own right. But I think it's so nice that there's so much variety in it, and that you can have quite relaxed tunes, quite laid back tunes, but also quite heavy stomping tunes. It is really, really awesome. Like I say, I can't wait to play more Electro Swing live. I always try and shoehorn a bit of Electro Swing into any kind of carte blanche gigs that I've got where I'm allowed to play wherever I want. But yeah, usually, I don't know, people don't seem to dig Electro Swing as much as I want them to, in terms of mainstream audiences anyway. I mean, I know, you go somewhere like Boomtown or Sunrise and play Electro Swing, people dig it, but, you play a sports bar in the centre of a town in rural United Kingdom and people don't really give a shit. They just want to hear Drake and Kanye West and bullshit like that, which is a shame, but there we go. Such is life. I can't really complain. I do love what I do. Now, I've only got time for 2 more tracks before the end of the show, and the first of those 2 tracks comes from Kiwi Star. This track is called Kiwi Step. So that was Kiwi Star with Kiwi Step. Beautiful stuff there. Now, I've only got time for one more song before the end of today's show. But before I play that song, I just want to tell you all how much I've enjoyed doing today's show. It's always such a lovely contrast going from doing Discord, which is the metal night that I do after finishing Face Full of Metal, to doing Swing Brother Swing. It's just such a contrast in terms of musical styles, and it always just kind of... it's always a fun little transition to kind of get into a different headspace for this show. But it's always great fun. And thank you ever so much to everyone who's listening live. I really, really appreciate it. It means an awful lot. And thank you to everyone listening after the fact as well. So this is the last tune of the show, and it comes from Chris Pop. And it's an amazing rework of the Wilson Pickett tune In the Midnight Hour. This is Chris Pop with Midnight Hour. So that was Midnight Hour by Chris Pop, of course originally by Wilson Pickett, which the original actually came out in 1965. Can you believe that? Crazy. Great tune though, covered by so many people as well. So that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. And please don't forget to tune into Rhymes and Rhythms next week on Tuesday. I will actually be doing the show an hour earlier next week, as I have some other commitments that I need to fulfill. So Rhymes and Rhythms will be at 6 p.m. GMT. I hope some of you guys can join me live, and even more of you can join me after the fact. Thank you ever so much for listening. I do really appreciate it, and I hope you will have a fantastic evening. This is DJ Awesome Wells signing off for the week, and as always, I love you all.
This is DJ Awesome Wells, and you're listening to Pushing Underground Radio.